or he had to come from the fourth dimension, to go to the fourth dimension, to come here and talk with a Mashayach Yahawashi. So he said no one can come from heaven unless they go to heaven unless they came from heaven. It says, verse 5, while he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. And behold, a voice out of the cloud, which said, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased, hear ye him. So what is this cloud? Psalms 104 and 3. Psalms 104 and 3. It said a cloud overshadowed them. It says, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot. So the clouds are the chariots, okay? A vehicle that the spirits or the angels, they move around in. They travel in. So going back to Matthew 17 and 5 again. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the clouds, which said, so we know this cloud is what? A chariot of the Most High and the angels. It said, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their face and were so afraid. They fell on their face and was really afraid. Became afraid. And when they had lifted up their eyes, they fell on their face and they faced toward the ground. And they looked up their eyes again. They saw no man save a Mashayach Yahawashi only. They didn't see anything. They were gone. And as they came down from the mountain, the Mashayach Yahawashi charged them, saying, tell the vision to no man until the Son of Man be risen again from the dead. So don't tell anyone until he arose from the dead. Deuteronomy 21 and 23. Deuteronomy 21 and 23. His body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of the Most High, that thy land be not defiled, which the Most High thy power giveth thee for an inheritance. So verse 22 says, and if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be to be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree. That's why I read verse 23. His body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of the Most High, that thy land be not defiled, which the Most High thy power giveth thee for an inheritance. So he had to be brought down the same day that he was hanged. So Galatians 3 and 13. Galatians 3 and 13. That's why the rich man, Joseph, he came and begged for a Mashayach Yahawashi body, so that it wouldn't be left up and break the laws that the Most High gave us. Galatians 3 and 13. Bear with me, I have a new Bible. It's kind of like Galatians 3 and 13. Mashayach Yahawashi have redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For what? For the atonement of sins. For the atonement of our sins. For the law of sacrifice. Being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is every one that hangeth on a tree. Okay? Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 14. Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 14. For his soul pleased the Most High. Therefore hastened he to take him away from among the wicked. That's why the Most High got him away from the wicked. Psalms 22 and 1. So you look at what happened, but the Most High ordained this to happen. Psalms 22 and 1. My power, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me? And from the words of my roaring. Matthew 27 and 46. Matthew 27 and 46. And about the ninth hour, Mashayach Yahawashi cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. That is to say, my power, why hast thou forsaken me? Mark 15 and 34. Same thing we read in Psalm 22 and 1. Mark 15 and 24. Mark 15 and 24. And when they had crucified him, they parted his garments, casting lots upon them, what every man should take. So, how they going to bid on a burlap garment like they always show him in these movies and so forth? You going to bid money for a burlap garment? Are you serious? Psalms 22, 7 and 8. Psalms 22 and 7. All they that see me laugh me to scorn. Talking about Mashayach Yahawashi on the tree. They shoot out the lip. They shake their head, saying, he trusted on the Most High that he would deliver him. Let him deliver him, saying he delighted in him. It's our people. This is our people. Matthew 27, 29. Matthew 27, 29. It's our people mocking him. Don't get it twisted. The same thing, I can read the same thing will happen with those that are on the earth today. Matthew 27 and 29. And when they had platted a crown of thorns, they put it on his head and a reed in his right hand. And they bowed the knee before him and mocked him, saying, Hail, King of the Jews, making mockery of him. And they spit upon him and took the reed and smote him on the head. Took that paddle and took those thorns that they put on his head and just hit it into his head, banged it into his head. And they spit upon him and took the reed and smote him on the head. Man. Verse 39. And they that passed by reviled him, wagging their heads, just like we just read in Psalms 22, and saying, Thou that destroyest the temple and buildest it in 3 days, save thyself. If thou be the Son of the Most High, come down from the cross. That's what they said to him. Likewise, also the chief priests mocking him with the scribes and elders said, He saved others, himself he could not save. If he be the king of Israel, let him now come down from the cross, and we will believe him. He trusted in the Most High. Let him deliver him now, if he will save him, if he will have him. For he said, I am the Son of the Most High. The thieves also, which were crucified with him, cast the same in his teeth. That's what he had to go through. Mark 15. Mark the 15th chapter. And 18th verse. Mark 15 and 18. And began to salute him. Hail, King of the Jews. They started saluting him too. Hail, King of the Jews. Jumping down to verse 29. And they that passed by railed on him, wagging their heads and saying, Ah, thou that destroyed the temple and builded it in 3 days, save thyself and come down from the cross. Likewise also the chief priests, mocking, said among themselves with the scribes, he saved others, himself he cannot save. Let the anointed, the King of Israel, descend now from the cross, that we may see and believe. And they that were crucified with him reviled him. See? Luke 23, 35. Luke 23. Luke 23 and 35. And the people stood beholding, and the rulers also with them derided him, saying, He saved others, let him save himself, if he be a Mashayach, the chosen of the Most High. And the soldiers also mocked him, coming to him, and offering him vinegar. See? And saying, If thou be the King of the Jews, save thyself. Everybody's mocking him. So I say, when people talk about they love a Mashayach Yahawashi, who deals with this? What he went through. And a superscription also was written over him in letters of Greek and Latin and Hebrew. Wait a minute, what about English? What about Jesus Christ? Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. This is the King of the Jews. That was written over his head. And one of the malefactors which were hanged railed on him, saying, If thou be a Mashayach, save thyself and us. Come on. What do you want to save them for? Psalm 22 and 18. Psalm 22 and 18. They part my garments among them and cast lots upon my vesture. So why would they part a garment that's made of burlap and they mocking him, saying he ain't the King of the Jews, he ain't nobody? So why would they want to part his garments? Why would they bid on his garment? If it's of little significance or value. Matthew 27 and 35. Matthew 27 and 35. And they crucified him and parted his garments, casting lots. I mean, they bid money for it, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet. They parted my garments among them, and upon my vesture did they cast lots. Mark 15:24. And when they had crucified him, they parted his garments, casting lots upon them, what every man should take. See? Luke 23 and 34. Luke, the 23rd chapter, the 34th verse. Then said Mashayach Yahawashi, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And they parted his garment, his raiment, and cast lots. John 19 and 24. St. John 19 and 24. They said, therefore, among themselves, let us not